Reporting live from the Junior Executive Suite at the Holiday Inn. It's the War Report. I'm your host, Cyrus, and I'm joined by a very special guest, Jeff J. Video producer and talent on Bleacher Report.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, bro.
Another big get for the show, having you and Stat Guy Greg come through.
Yeah, man, that's the boy. That's the boy right there. I love the black wrestling community always linking up in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, always got. You and Stat Guy Greg are like, y'all help everybody out and y'all show love to all the black creatives out here. So I appreciate that.
Of course.
Yeah, but this is the War Report, and this is where we talk about NXT and. Oh man, I haven't done NXT UK in a minute. Well, like as a full show, but NXT and AEW. And this weekend it's going to be Full Gear. And
Are you not hyped? You not turned up? They didn't get you. They don't got you bought in. Damn.
No, I'm not convinced. I think there's like I'm looking at the match card right now. There's probably like 2 matches that
you hyped for.
Yeah,
or that you're interested in, I should say.
Interested, and I would say one that I'm truly hyped for, but we'll see how that match goes.
Okay. Well, you talk about it for sure.
Yeah, no in the trenches this week because all the news that I've seen is primarily Cody on a conference call, and I don't feel like reading it all, to be honest.
I feel you.
There's a nice thread on Twitter. If you're not blocked by Sean Ross Sapp, you can read it all. As far as I know, there's no more COVID reports in the CWC on the NXT side, but it is what it is.
Right. I actually saw something we posted like an hour ago that Cody got the rights to Rhodes back.
Yeah. That happened earlier this week. I don't know if that was covered on the A show or not, but he finally got his name back, and I mean, okay.
I'm with it, because that's his dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, let him use it. Like, Dustin don't give a fuck, but Cody, I'm glad that he's able to get that.
I definitely thought like that's his real name. So I thought that it was kind of like fucked up for WWE to like try to like keep that for themselves, especially if they weren't going to use it in any capacity, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, Runnels is his real name. Rhodes was just his that's like Dusty's kayfabe name, and then they had the rights to that, and then the kids come in under that name or whatever the case may be. So that's the reason why Cody was going by Cody. Just Cody, whatever. Every people would like Jim Ross will call him Cody Rhodes, but he can't never say that he's Cody Rhodes. But I think from what I saw, the trademark went up. They didn't renew it, so
they were just like fuck it,
ain't
gonna make no bread off it. Okay, so his full name is Cody Garrett Reynolds Rhodes.
He tried to finesse it. That's a smart man. He tried to big finesse it. I see what he tried to do, but it's like, I ain't mad at that.
But him getting his name back, I don't know how much of like a true impact it makes for the product, but I'm, glad he has it. Like I can't say like I'm upset about it.
I'm always Rhodes. Like everybody's calling him Rhodes.
Right.
Whatever. It's like whatever, but it's like that's like a moral victory. You know what I'm saying? And to me, there's still probably like, he's still WWE family. Like regardless of what he does, he's still family. You know what I mean? He's still family. Like I don't think Vince would try to press it. Like unless it was like some Bullet Club DX shit where they was OD'd, that it's like, all right, now you you going at us. Like I got to do something.
That man, it wasn't it like the anniversary of that not too long ago where they where they raid the parking lot.
Oh yeah,
Vince pulled down the shades. He said, "All right,
all they had to do was chill, He was letting it cook. And they did the invasion. I was like, all right.
They said, "Hey, who out there? Jimmy Jacobs? Oh, okay. Right. Step back in here real quick." But yeah, that's some of the biggest news outside of the video conference stuff with Cody. I think it's a very Cody centric week, so I think that works for this week, I guess, since AEW does have a pay-per-view.
Yeah, word.
Yeah. So we're going to get into NXT and then AEW, and then we're going to do predictions for Full Gear. And for NXT, I'm going to start out with Dakota Kai versus Ember Moon.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a lot of people were puzzled by Dakota Kai winning, but I'm pro Dakota Kai winning on this. How you feel about it?
I'm cool with it. She was taking a few L's.
Yeah, right.
I saw people talking about it. I don't think the L's hurt Ember Moon. Ember Moon is one of those people where when you come back to NXT and you were a champion, you can't really get. I hate the buried word, but you can't lose steam or momentum or anything like that, or looked at as a whack character. If anything, she has to develop. She has to work on her character. So this may help her with the promos and with actually developing a updated character. I kind of look at. I think she should take the Drew Galloway model, but she's just going back to NXT and doing it where it's like you go away for a while, you revamp, you find that edge, so that when you come back. Actually, that's what Finn is doing now.
Yeah, definitely.
More or less. Because this Finn would have never left Raw. They wouldn't have let him. They wouldn't have let him.
Yeah.
But now when he comes back, he's even stronger than ever.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Like I didn't look at it as in a sense of, just coming back and kind of like getting your mojo or your groove back, or just like finding out something that works. I was thinking more of they're kind of just like prolonging, the feud with the eventual whoever women's champion is next, if Ripley takes it or Shirai takes it. So she can't have a crazy win streak and then not be number one contender by the end of the next pay-per-view,
Right.
So, and her not having a women's like a huge win streak is like good in general, because wrestling gets really shaky when you have that and then you don't get anything. See AEW. But I'm okay with Kai winning here. She's been looking funny in the light recently. So as a top heel, she deserves to get a big win over the returning babyface on the show.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So, and a lot of people still aren't high on Ember Moon's character, with quotation marks, whatever that character may be. So if she finds that character during this NXT run, I'm definitely with it.
Yeah, I think she has to find a character, stick to it. Like, if it's going to be you, then let it be you. Just like what Roman is doing. Like, I feel like that's him. Like, that's him in real life. But he's just like hamming it up. But I feel like he's just a cool dude who has the belt. Like, all right, I'm with it. You the tribal chief. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ember Moon has to pick, like, what are you? What are you? Like, are you just a cosplaying black woman? Like, is that what it is? Then, so lean into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, something.
How would she lean into it?
I don't know. Bro, if I knew that, I would be talking to you from not Jacksonville, or Orlando, or Tampa, wherever they are. But I'm, that's the thing. Then the question is, you step back and ask the overarching question, right? Is that right? Does that work for her? Then if not, then it's like, okay, are you just a badass that you just destroy people and you got this edge on your shoulder? That could work if you know how to work it. Or are we just gonna give her a full-fledged gimmick and she just gotta run with it? You know what I mean? I don't know, but you gotta pick something and see what works.
I think the true badass would work if she kept the Mad Max gear or something, and she just came out tougher and tougher. But we'll see what it do with Ember Moon later on in the future.
Biker thing, lean into that. Be like dystopian future Ember Moon or some shit. We'll do that.
All right, now a segment that I felt was way too long, but it got very crazy towards the end. The Pat McAfee moment. I'm not gonna lie. I was in the kitchen. I was listening. I heard NXT from the TV in the other room. when I heard that Drake Maverick song hit, yeah, it's fire, but it's not a match I'm trying to see. I wasn't with it.
Oh man, yo, Pat McAfee is me if WWE ever gave me a mic, bro. I just be going. I'd run off every promo I've ever thought of saying in the ring at one moment. But I gotta give that man his flowers, dog.
Mhm.
Like he is the fan that got his shot and is going all the way. Like he's going all the way. Like first of all, he's nice. Like let's keep it real.
You can't hate.
If you want to say for an athlete, for a non-wrestler, I'll even let you qualify that. But this man, he's way more athletic than I thought a punter was, a non-black punter. Let's be right. And you could tell he probably just has to like tone it down. But he's like, this is gonna be like triple entendre. He's like an '80s promo wrestler on steroids with the way he promos it, right? Like it's like fully camp. It's full. Like you could even tell where he does too much and he kind of has to reel it back. Like when Pete Dunne was gonna burn the flag, he was like doing too much there. He kind of rolled it back at the end. Like he trims, and they got another one.
I definitely think that he's doing amazing stuff. Like I can't hate, especially after he had a really good match with Adam Cole. This looks really good stuff here. And hey man, anybody that interrupts a Drake Maverick match or an Everrise match, you good in my book, bro. And I definitely think that he's definitely a personality that makes up for Danny Burch's and Oney Lorcan's lack of it on the mic.
Yeah, you need that. Some people just need it, yo. That's it. Like, let them be good at what they good at. I still say to this day, if they would have kept Cesaro with Heyman, he might have got a world title by now. And I don't even think Cesaro is trashed on the mic. I just think sometimes you let a badass be like he should be Jason Statham. He should be like Jason Statham and just kill like a hired gun and then get the you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's the best combination.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, if Cesaro was in this group, that'd be crazy.
Oh God, like yo, everybody's jaw is broken. You come into it with a fractured jaw. You might as well just fracture your shit and just be like, yo, it's already broke. Leave me alone.
And we gonna talk about some fractured and broken shit when Pat McAfee and crew, whatever they're called, decide to let's roll out. Killian Dane, big ass, said, I ain't done yet. And Pete Dunne said, yes, you are. And kicked a car door into his face. That man left him bloody.
Bro, I just need Pete Dunne's workout plan, my dude. Like he came, like that man literally got chiseled.
Jacked.
Like there's no more Pete Dunne baby fat. He's British swole style at this point. Word up.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Matt McAfee kind of like pointed out because he is truly ripped.
Yeah, slim and it's trim, bro.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, like but when you think about it, it's like was he gone the whole pandemic? He was gone the whole pandemic, right? So 6 months. Hey, that just is. That's pressure on all men. Like, yo, what's your excuse? You was in the same pandemic that you was in. Why you still fat, nigga? Why you still fat?
Pete Dunne wake up, kiss his wife, make sure his baby's straight, and just start fucking pumping weight. Right,
that's it.
That's crazy. But when Undisputed Era eventually comes back, they're about to get the pop of the century, even though there shouldn't be a crowd. But or if they go into War Games with them, I think that's going to be a really cool and fun match. If you think they could fit a War Games inside the CWC,
why not? If I made a whole ass new part of if I redid the Performance Center and I couldn't do War Games, I'd ask for my money back. or I'd fire the architect, or I would curse the architect out. Like that's just you could tell like there's a lot of space. It's kind of like what they're doing in where the Magic play, Amway Center. There's a lot of space, like where the fans sit. They may just have to push it back. And the other thing is where the screens are. We don't know if those are. I think those are chairs, or that would be where.
No, in the Amway,
No, I'm talking about the CWC.
Oh, in the CWC, the screens seem to just be like on the wall, and that's why they could like fit people there. What I'm thinking is for War Games, they're possibly just gonna like move the ring up a little bit and like remove the commentary table, and then they will have enough space for a second ring.
Right, or maybe even like AEW do it where the ramp is elevated, where you walk and you get right to the ring. Like trust me, they had to have included expandability in it. You feel me? Like they had to have. So I think they can. I think they could do it. I actually hope Ridge Holland heals well, because I'd love to see him as a fifth member of that group.
Yeah. Man, I can't even say when he gonna return. No disrespect. I do wish him the best.
Was this just a fracture? He was a fracture, right?
He broke like mad shit, man.
Yeah.
So it's not even like in one place; it's in like multiple places.
Yeah, I saw like a still, and I was like, not like. Did you see that video of the dude in the backyard wrestling that hopped off? Bro,
I wish I did it.
And I was like, oh, that was like one of those. Oh, I didn't. Delete. But,
that video got sent to me by everybody that knows I watch wrestling.
right. I was just like, I saw that. I was like, yo. You have to trigger warning that shit. Like, and the thing was, they didn't even realize it until he swung his leg around and was like, yo! And they were looking like, oh, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that shit was sick. But looking forward to War Games, one of my favorite pay-per-views next to Survivor Series. And they just happen to be like back-to-back or in the same month, which gotta love November. Oh, man.
Because they haven't announced it for Survivor Series weekend yet, but I mean, they got what, 2 weeks? Look, they got 2 weeks.
Yeah,
that's that. I don't know.
be on the lookout. But we're gonna move on, and Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart. I can't even cap. This match is not good.
Yeah. It just, there was just too many. I don't know if it was nerves. I don't know if it was whatever. But Shotzi was scaring the shit out of me. Like, she was like, the shit that she was missing. I was like, yo. But it happens, bro.
Yeah.
It happens. But I was just like, I was like, yo. I don't have a problem when people like botch, like if you try to jump on a rope and you slip, because it's a high risk move. Like that's real. That's as real as you're gonna get. But like some of the outside spots she be doing, that it's like 1 inch to the right, 1 inch to the left, and it's spooky. It just looks sloppy. Like, I guess that's the word I'm looking for. It was like
sliced bread, topes, coffin drops, just. Shotzi is a wild girl, but for this match, it's a different kind of like weird. Since it is a first time ever, I get it. Like, you're trying to cook on the fly. And I can tell that Toni Storm is working a very slower pace for Shotzi. So that's why I'm not going to front and just be like, yo, this match isn't good, because I think next time they come together, they're going to have a better match.
Yeah. And that's why, I was just like, yo, Scott, this match is scaring me. And I was like, yo, I'm not trying to shit on her. It's like, I know I'm legit fear for you because you're trying some shit that sometimes it ain't hitting.
Yeah, especially with somebody you've never been in the ring with,
Right. Like, you gotta, that's like a level of expertise and experience that some people just have it, some people don't. Like, some people can wake up and just have a 5-star match with people that they never had matches with. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm just projecting my own fears on her, but if I try a certain move and I botch, I'm like, okay, what's the safest way I can make something look crazy? I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I'm missing from the outside, it's like, yo, at some point you gotta go to the rack. You gotta score. You gotta shoot from the inside. Go make a layup. You know, try to dunk. Like, stop shooting threes if you can't make them. Right. So that's kind of like, I figured that's how it is in wrestling, but I see enough Shotzi to know that was a blip and not a trend. Like, I've actually that sliced bread outside spot has been shaky a few times. Like, if we're keeping it all 100, there's
a few times
where I'm like,
I forgot which match it was where she was just like outright just like out of it after she did it. I think it was her match against Dakota Kai where she did a sliced bread and she just like bonked her head.
Right.
And I was just
did
like,
she tweet about it afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was like with like the sweat smile emoji or some shit like that. Like, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, her brain was hey yo, but I think there was another time where she like landed on her when she did like a tope or something, and she landed on her neck, and she went on Instagram and was just like, "I'm not gonna stop." I was just like, "Hey man, hey, power to you." But I do hope that they have a better match in the future. The only time, well, one of the times recently I could say is where Indy Hartwell and Tegan Knox had a bad match. Just outright not great. Nobody even capped. It wasn't even that great. And then they had a match, I think like last month, and it was really good. So hopefully the chemistry they work a different formula and they come back stronger the next time. But the more story stuff in this match is Candice LeRae runs over her tank in a very comedic fashion. Yeah. That tank was not going under the wheel, son. And I don't think Candice LeRae ever drove a car that fucking huge. That Homer was massive, and Shotzi Blackheart basically just has a breakdown, and then there's like an interview or like a backstage segment that goes up online where she's like still having a breakdown. So I think I don't think they're going to do a women's War Games match, but Shotzi Blackheart and Candice LeRae should definitely have a match at War Games or whenever,
right? I don't even think there's been enough beef between the women factions to have a War Games. That's crazy.
Yeah,
they haven't given enough heat.
Because like, let's say they do the women's War Games match, right? Well, I don't think Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley would be in it.
Right.
Which is like one of the weird. Yeah. That would be one of the weird things. And then if they are in the match, are they on opposing teams? Like they're both like wiener. So it's weird for a women's War Games match. Or
what you could do is if they incorporate someone, maybe you bring Shayna and Nia on some women's tag team shit. But you know they're already in Survivor Series, so to have them and then come back for War Games, it's like, do they want that much smoke? Or maybe they do. Maybe they do. Maybe they win Survivor Series and say they could win. They're like the queens of team for a competition type shit.
I do like the idea, but in a pandemic, multiple multi-man matches with that many people may be a shaky idea. But
Raw Underground.
Oh man, I pour one out every day.
I get it. Well, it's gotta come back. It has to. They had too much money on the line. Well, I mean, what are we gonna do with Rua and fucking Dabakato? Like, what are we gonna do? Yo, a quick sidebar. The funniest part about my two favorite parts about Raw Underground, one was Dolph Ziggler really giving people work on the wrestling mat. Like, just like you could tell for certain people, it's like, yo, it's my time now. Like, he was legit wrestling out there. Like, I think dudes was really getting worked out there.
Oh, definitely. He was full like college Ziggler in there.
Catch can. All there. And then when the Hurt Business went to go release some Black Trauma on Raw Underground, and they're like, yo, this world is fucked up. They're gonna pay for their sins tonight. Like, yo, they gotta bring it back, bro. They gotta bring it back.
For sure. One of my favorite Raw Underground moment was everybody complaining about the dancers, and now there's no more bitches on there. And I'm just like, wow, this shit really swagless now.
Yo, that's all. Like, people had to find some. They were like, yo, Shane, I know you got more bread to get some. You in Florida and you don't got you ain't hit Naomi to see where the dances. They're like, yo, Naomi's right there. You couldn't have got recommendations.
Got the plug, bro.
No referrals. Yo, somebody should have tweeted Naomi that, yo, Naomi, you can't give up no referrals for WO.
People complained about the dancers, and then there was no more dancers. And I said,
So
man, I sure
scragglers.
missed the dancers, bro.
So squagglers, yo.
But all right, we're gonna go into the main event. Sorry if this bothers anybody, but I thought Ciampa and Dream was really fun. I thought it was a really good match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, as a match, they did what they needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
They did what they needed to do. Like I can't even front.
I really did like the finish. Like I was already feeling the match, but I think the finish of it, from like going to the knee to the I think he just like rolled him into something, and then went for the what do you call the shit he do on the ropes, the DDT on the ropes, like the Widow's Bell.
What he calls it? I forgot what he calls.
Is it called the Widow's Bell? Is that what it's called?
I think so.
But like the knee, then rolling him up, and then putting him on the ropes to the Widow's Bell, and then going into the fairy tale ending was heat.
Right. Yeah.
I thought that combination of moves was just really amazing. And after the match, they sort of, well, like I don't want to say they like sneakily turn him babyface, but he does like a off TV promo where he's just like, I miss y'all fans, blah blah blah, this and that, and I don't know where he truly goes from here after he beats Dream. Because if they're gonna do him and Johnny Gargano again for the North American title, please spare me.
They could keep that.
Spare me, bro.
We don't need that. Like their saga is over, yo. Their saga.
Please, bro. Let that final beat be the final beat, please. So that's about it for NXT, and we're just gonna do some quick hits. We're not gonna stay too long on this topic. Jake Atlas, but spinning the block with the pipe. Pause. ran up on man. What is it? Raul Mendoza hit him with the shits and then ran. Yeah. Cameron Grimes and Kushida had a match. It was really good, but I definitely think that this is just leading up to Grimes just facing his demons and Dexter Lumis, and Kushida just needs a win.
Right,
so,
exactly.
And then Breezango and the Britain Brawlers, Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan, are going to have a rematch. I think this is where they're going to truly play up the heel stuff, and I don't think this match is going to have like a definitive finish,
right,
or like a clean finish.
Right.
And Johnny Gargano is going to have an open challenge. Any guesses of who it's going to be?
It's going to be a jobber. It's probably going to be like somebody, from local town, and then come out and then he's gonna work them real quick. I expect that, but as far as like who else it could be, I don't know. Like,
I saw
I don't know.
I saw somebody say Bronson Reed, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'm down with that.
That works. I forgot about the thick boy.
That is colossal now, please. But no, I'm okay if it's gonna be Bronson Reed, but I definitely think it should be a Dusty finish so they can continue that feud. Because if he beats Reed, then there's like nothing after.
Right. Exactly. He needs challengers before Damian Priest tries to come back for it. Yeah.
Or Damian Priest should definitely come back for it. Like I think it was green that they robbed him like that. But all right, we're going to get into AEW.
And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next on TNT, it's Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead men tell no tales. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night.
And Jeff will never join the Inner Circle.
Miro versus Trent. I've been saying that I would love to see what Miro can do in a singles capacity and not with Kip Sabian. But it just has to be against somebody that I've just truly never liked watching wrestle.
No Trent love? Even when he went to the DJ Clue question mark? Yeah, no love for the question mark, man?
No love for the question mark, man.
Damn.
I say this every time, man. When I saw Rocky Romero and Trent come out at Wrestle Kingdom 10, I wasn't with it. I'm not with the Roppongi Vice stuff. I like the best friends, but I just like Orange Cassidy and Dustin way more than I like Trent. I gave it the fair try. I just can't. I'm not even trying to dunk on him because he's on the AEW thing. It's just I gave it the multiple tries more than I'd like to admit.
Yeah, I mean, some people you're not feeling like it's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Do you at least think he's alright, but you just don't like him, or you think he's trash?
I definitely think he's alright, but I'm just not with it.
Yeah,
definitely. That. I don't think he's like terrible or anything. There's way worse wrestlers on AEW.
Right.
So Miro wins, and I don't know if this is going to lead into anything else. It kind of just seems like the feud is finished. I would love to see him have a debut on a AEW pay-per-view, but it seems like we're going to have to wait for that. And it seems to just be Miro and friends versus the best friends. I don't know how long that feud's going to last, but it is what it is.
What do you think of Miro? That's his first singles match since he got let go, right?
Yeah, that's first singles match since he got let go. Same old guy, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah. I thought he was solid, bro. I thought he was he still. It's crazy to say he still got it, and he never really went away for a while. Like he's still the same. Like that was a Rusev match. That was a Rusev match with a little more agility. That was a Rusev match. But I just think it's imperative for these wrestlers who go to other promotions to get a new move set, do one or two new things, just a new swag or something. I'd like to see him do something different. Even doing the camel clutch called again?
The game over?
Nah. What did Rusev call it? I forgot I cannot believe it's like
Rusev lock. No,
that's not the Rusev lock. It's
Where's Meals when you need him?
Oh man, I'm looking this shit up right now. I'm like,
I know
accolade.
Okay, accolade.
I was like, it has it's a fancy ass name. They're like, it's the game over is the accolade, and then it's like you're calling it game over, and I know they don't care about other promotions, but what you call it has game over. Kenta has game over, right? And it's kind of like, I get it, but if you were gonna call something, if you were gonna have a finisher with a new name, and this you could call it nitpick or whatever, if you're gonna have a finisher with a new name, make it something newer. I don't think
something more original.
At that level, hate him, love him, whatever. Every time Jericho comes up with a new move, it's a new name. Every version of Jericho, he has something new. Even Moxley. I like Death Rider. I like the Death Rider in New Japan.
Death Rider is a fire name.
Death Rider is my guy, because it is yes, he's still unhinged. Yes, he's still the lunatic fridge, but it's just Japanese. I don't know, bro. It's just it's like anime. It's like anime Demon Ambrose, bro. It's just different. But you could tell it wasn't as comical as it was in WWE. He's just ruthless now. And not even when he's cutting and you're gonna get to it, but when he's cutting promos, I'm like, oh, this a real dude. This is heat. You know what I mean? It's different. It's just that's how you evolve your character, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? I had it in the quick hits, but now let's get into that. Moxley and Kingston. I think Moxley. I don't know what's changed in the past couple of weeks, but I think he's been his promo game has been amazing.
It's just real, bro. It's just and I think it helps who he's been against. Eddie Kingston is definitely the he's in if you saw Hamilton when he says I'm gonna take my shot, that shit is Eddie Kingston, bro. He got here and he ain't going back. What we say about Roderick Strong, he ain't going back to that trailer park, right?
Nah.
He ain't never going back, right? Eddie ain't coming back to the Bronx. We ain't seeing Eddie uptown no more. I go to New York, he in Westchester now. He ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely thought where he was just when Moxley was just you waited 18 years for this. And it's eating you up inside that you're gonna fucking lose. And I was just hey, yo, that's that real. That's that real.
You gotta swing on him. I'm surprised he didn't swing. You supposed to you gotta swing on him. And just be and apologize in the back, but you gotta swing on him for that.
That man said you couldn't keep your promise to your mama. I was eating food with your moms. I was eating food with your moms. Now I'm really about to beat your ass on Sunday. Hey man.
Moxley is his. It's It's like a training day for Jon Moxley in the AEW title. Yeah.
He's definitely in his bag with the promos. But the match, we'll get into it when we do our predictions.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Hangman Page and Kenny Omega get segments, but I think
no.
Yeah, I don't know why they did these segments, but then they have a much bigger part in the brawl between, well, if you could call it a brawl, between FTR and the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's funny that they just decided to intertwine these stories and then have this story in the background, but it holds way more weight to me than FTR and the Bucks. I just thought that was really weird.
Yeah, it probably is because of what they're doing with being the elite.
Mm-hmm.
Tying all the like intertwining stories. It's almost like AEW is the main book and being the elite is the side books, like if you want to know the full story or something, like comic reference. But yeah, I feel like there's way more. I mean, it's nuts to say it, but I feel like there is way more weight on the number one contenders match than the tag title match.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I think this is like a match that everybody truly wants to see.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And this is definitely one of the matches that I'm excited. As far as the match between the Bucks and Private Party, I don't think Private Party should have been in this match. I think it should have just been any other tag team where Jump Express when you need them. Because I definitely think that Private Party should be the next team we work, and then having them get beat by the Bucks here, it's going to be a long road for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Like they're in that weird spot. Ironically,
yes.
I feel like Scorpio Sky is in that same weird spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
and
you're good enough to beat the best, but then when you get that shot, you don't win, so you're like in purgatory. You're like you're literally in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, and it's so weird. And just to move on, we have MJF and Wardlow versus Santana. No, yeah, I think is it Ortiz? Oh, man. Okay. Ortiz and Sammy Guevara. I thought this was good because you don't want to have like LAX actually to MJF and Wardlow. Like I think this is like the only sort of protecting that they've ever done for LAX. So I appreciate that. MJF was kind of gonna get the match anyway against Jericho, so I don't really know why they did this. It's okay. I'm whatever on the match, but I did like MJF tackling the shit out of Jericho when he was on commentary.
Oh yeah, that came out of nowhere. That
is the most natural acting I've seen from this motherfucker, and I thought that was really cool. But the fact that kind of like, I don't know if that was mid show. The fact that Jericho was still good to do commentary, kind of disrespectful.
Yeah, he like shook that off and then came back. Yeah.
not rocking with that. And then that's kind of that's pretty much it. We're just going to go into the quick hits now. As segment, I think this is a bad look for AEW. You should not be doing this. You should not have this man go out there for a long period of time and say, hey yo, your system is not working.
Oh, Taz?
Yeah, that is not
Taz
a good
is
idea.
Fed up. Taz is fed up. Well, I feel you on that, and I kind of lean your way. I would say if you look at it another way, everybody's been talking about it. This shit is not if you're following wrestling, this shit is this ain't even the elephant in the room. We're in the room with elephants. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the human in a room full of elephants when it comes to that. And I feel like him shooting on the ranking system, you can backdoor give it credibility, because then if it's like, okay, if quote unquote Tony Khan then steps up and says, you know what, y'all guys got a point, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, then cool. But quietly, them rankings don't mean nothing. Right now, them rankings don't mean nothing, because I can understand the overall not making nothing, but if I win 6 matches in a row, where's my title shot, bro? Where's at least even my number one contenders match? Like I'm supposed to. That's what it's supposed to be. Like, what have you done for me lately? If I'm on a 10-match winning streak, if I won 9 out of my last 10 matches, ain't nothing you can put me in. There ain't nothing like something. You know what I mean?
Not even being put on the rankings is incredibly disrespectful.
Yeah, that's egregious. That's egregious.
And I think that like what I guess you can say like kayfabe or whatever, what they're really trying to pull with this like sports based thing, that's not a good look. Like it really like shining a light on a flawed system with no plan to fix it or at least abolish it. I don't think that is like truly a great idea.
Not even the.
But I did like the segment a lot because I don't like the rankings either, and I hope at some point they get rid of it after this promo. Like soon, get rid of this shit soon.
You want them to get rid of it?
I don't like the rankings, no.
Do you not like the rankings or them keeping track of wins and losses?
I'm fine with I'm fine with like them tracking wins, but the importance that has been stacked on rankings has never been true. So I rather them just like take it off of it. But like, yeah, you could still have the ratings. You could still post that graphic up, give the graphic designer something to do. But as far as like making these rankings very storyline purpose, like let's dial that back.
Yeah, facts. I hear you on that.
And another video package with Pac showing up on AEW. Still no signs of a return, but hey guys, remember Pac?
Yeah, like I miss him, yo. I ain't gonna lie, I miss Pac, yo. I miss Pac. Like I do. I am like, damn. They finally sent you a green screen up there so you could get these.
get the multiples of them.
They finally sent you the studio lights and the video package. They finally sent that, but yeah, and you know, I was just like, he couldn't have. Every other British wrestler snuck out, but you. He gotta have a visa issue. Dog.
The money ain't working. Pac don't need the white man paperwork. He need the dead man paperwork, man.
Yeah.
The president's talk.
Yeah, that's true.
And I truly, I'm not even gonna front. I kind of forgot Pac was even on the roster, and now shining a light, kind of saying, "Hey, remember him?" And he's still not showing up anytime soon. Is just like, damn. Sure wish Pac was here.
Right, exactly. Because because then you think about it from a storyline perspective. What happens to the death triangle or whatever the geometric shape he was with?
That's just done now. It's the Kingston family now.
Right. What is he gonna come back? Are they gonna kick him out, or is it gonna be some shit like the Elite and Bullet Club where they have the death triangle in Kingston's family?
No, they're not doing that.
Death
I'm
rhombus.
cutting that out.
They could do a death rhombus or a death quadrilateral or some shit.
I'm cutting that. I don't want to give them no ideas. But so far I just don't know why. If Pac doesn't come back like relatively soon, then I think this was kind of just like kind of bad, because now it just makes me like, man, I sure wish Pac was here. Like that's always going to be like in the back of my mind now. But that's AEW.
He has to show up at Full Gear, like real dead ass. He has to show up at Full Gear, like that would be like, oh shit. Like let's say he costs Eddie Kingston, he makes Eddie Kingston, I don't know, some shit with I Quit or some you know what I'm saying, like something, and then it's like, oh, now it's like, what are we fighting for? Control of whatever the faction was. You know what I'm saying? And then that also gives Eddie Kingston a way to say, I never quit. I never done. You know what I'm saying? Like he could just be like,
I never quit. Once again, run it back.
Quit. I never got eliminated. Yo, he legit has grievances. Like Lois the Keys, he has wild grievances. So I'm not even mad. I don't even think he should have had to snake to get the world title shot. He has wild grievances.
Yeah, but my thing with Death Triangle is that like it was kind of just like a
random.
Yeah, it was mad random. So I don't think it's something that he truly needed to fight for.
Yeah, it was like, yo, fam, y'all were together for 2 weeks before this whole shit blew up. Like, what was Death Triangle?
So before we get into predictions, or this could easily lead into predictions, if Pac comes back at Full Gear, it has to be after the Cody and Darby Allin match, and he has to be the next number one contender. And if Darby Allin doesn't take it, please let it be Pac.
Cody did mention him as somebody who he could see carrying the TNT title legacy or whatever on that call.
Damn,
maybe that's
he not even hiding it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he mentioned Moxley, he mentioned Darby, but he did throw Pac in there. He was like, "Yeah, Pac," and I'm like, that might be foreshadowing. But I'll say this: we're going into the predictions now. I just give a general statement. If we leave Full Gear and the singles titles are still on former WWE wrestlers, people gotta pack it up. We gotta start talking truths. We gotta start having dialogues. Or the people who have been on the far other side of that need to start engaging in that dialogue. Because I'm not mad at it, but don't tell me that AEW is this promotion that's all original and changing the game when literally the history of their singles titles are all former WWE stars.
Yeah.
And no one but Hikaru Shida has been has not been employed by WWE and held a title.
And they don't even be giving her love, bruh.
Oh man, I seen people talking about that shit, and I was like, "Yo, the NWA women's title is the women's title of AEW."
Hey, I said it on Twitter, man. Just retire it, abolish it. It's over. Get it out of here. And speaking of the NWA Women's Championship, on the pre-show for Full Gear is going to be Serena Deebs versus Allison Kay. I miss Thunder Rosa already. I'll say that. I don't have a problem with Serena Deeb, but I miss her already, and I don't think there's going to be a title change here. I definitely think it's going to just be Serena Deebs that take it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense if you beat Thunder Rosa and she was that long reigning. It doesn't make any sense to drop it to and isn't Homegirl a free agent? Her allegedly or whatever. So I don't know what the hell's going on. What Thunder Rosa is going to do next, but. Yeah, I really
man. There's a wrestling center somewhere. There's a wrestling center somewhere she could go.
Yeah,
let's see how that goes.
That's true.
But whatever with the NWA stuff, they're literally carrying the women's division, and it's kind of embarrassing. But we have Orange Cassidy versus John Silver. Now, I get it because John Silver has been on his I guess it's like ruining a lot of shit for Orange Cassidy recently, but I definitely think there's a deeper plot because Arn Anderson, I believe last week, did some sneaky dealings or some sneaky tactics alongside John Silver, so we'll see. I'm very it would be very weird for Arn Anderson to be working with the Dark Order after Cody bodied Brody Lee.
Right. I think it was more of I just more saw it like a lumberjack thing because Trent hit Cody. And then I'm like, yo, Dustin, you saw him slug your brother, like, what's up? Like, it was just old school, like he got get his licks. Like, what's up, Dustin? Like, why'd you slug him? And then Arn, the other thing is Arn is one of the dirtiest wrestlers. He's the enforcer. So if he didn't enforce in a lumberjack match, it's kind of like what's going on? Are you a retired enforcer or whatever? But I ain't gonna lie, I'm irrationally hyped for this match. Like John Silver is fucking hilarious. Yo, that Cesaro section that he did in the tag match, the 4-way, when he read on his when he read the Cesaro hot tag matches, I'm like, yo, that man is all a 5'3", and he swears he's like 6'7" the way he be getting these moves off. I think him and Orange are gonna have like a comedic match. Like I just think it's gonna be like I enjoy that side of wrestling too, and I think they both are solid like wrestling wise. So I think it's gonna be. That's like a good first match of your card. So like get everybody warmed up. You know what I mean? Like a good opening act.
Yeah, I can see it. I definitely think that John Silver is definitely he's going to be one of the breakout stars in the Dark Order, which it's good to see new talent.
Yeah.
And it may not be the Jungle Boy or the Sammy Guevara like they originally planned, which I find is funny. But I'm good to see more John Silver, honestly, and I definitely think that Orange Cassidy is going to take it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, now we're going to go into Chris Jericho versus MJF with Wardlow. If MJF, he joins the Inner Circle. This shit make no damn sense to me, but just give MJF the win.
Yeah, he has to win, right?
I think you get a lot. I think you get a lot more out of him being in the Inner Circle and then like kind of just being around a whole bunch of people that don't like him, and he can still be like his shitty self. I think that's very
right.
That'll work.
He's gonna undermine it. He's like Starscream. He's gonna undermine it at some point, right? Like he's gonna undermine it at some point. So, and then it's like now Wardlow and Jake Hager are gonna be like a twin tower type situation, like straight like you send them out when you want to beat somebody down so that they can't make it to their match, and like it's gonna be straight goon season. I'm not mad at it. I think MGF has to win and do something like, because he's hyping up the whole he'll do whatever it takes. He has to cheat or do something crazy to like get the win.
Oh, definitely. It would be hard to see Wardlow interfering with like the whole Inner Circle nearby, but we'll see how that match goes. Yeah. I definitely think that MJF has to take it. I just think there's a lot more that you could do, just like in general. Like if they still want to do like comedy stuff, it hasn't worked for me, but they could do a lot more comedy stuff if he joins it.
Right. Facts.
So yeah, it is what it is. So MJF. All right, so next match, Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose. How we feel about it?
Like, bro, like I don't know how to feel. Like, and I'm not even trying to troll. Like, okay, like they wrestled already. You mean like I don't know, bro. Like, I don't see why Nyla Rose would win it back. But then again,
why not?
Why not? Right.
Yeah, right.
That's how they make the title feel. Like Sheeta's been sitting on it. And her last defense was against Thunder Rosa, right?
Yeah. And man,
a month ago. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like Sheeta deserves better, my opinion.
The women's division deserves better in general. It doesn't matter because I want Britt Baker to be it anyway.
That's my song. That's my favorite song.
So flip a coin on this one. I'm gonna just say Hikaru Shida because I don't want to see Britt Baker versus Nyla. So.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like I do think and I'll even say if they didn't do the stupidest spot ever to hurt that woman's leg, I think she would have been the champion already. Like I think they wanted low key. I think they wanted her and Adam Cole to be champions at the same time.
That would have been cute.
That would have been the type of like rub that you could get or something like that. And then like when Adam lost it, she would have still had it and probably cut a promo like I'm the only world champion in my house. Like you could have did like what? Like you could have did wild shit. Or she could have been like, I'm the only role model that still has their belt. You know what I'm saying? Like she had bars. It could have been like, she could have barred up a lot of people and she could still do it. Actually, fam, it should be her and Sheeta at Full Gear. What are we even doing right now? I'm tight.
Hey man.
Now I'm tight.
I agree with everything you just said right there.
Because why not? Because she would have probably went to the Double or Nothing or whatever it was, or all in or all out, and wrestled for it there. Like that's what I feel like they were building to. So it's like, why not? Like it would have been because they had matches. Like they could have built, if you wanted to build quick. I don't know why you do it with Nyla. I don't know. Because
they have like a little bit of history, and I guess she probably has some wins on Dark because she ain't getting. I don't see her matches on the show.
Yo, real quick, where's Riho? Did she have to go
she's
back
done.
to Japan?
She's done.
What do you mean? Like retired?
She's done with AEW. She signed full time with Stardom.
Oh, so she was like on some loan type situation? Yeah.
I definitely think when COVID hit,
she saw the writing on the wall and was like,
yeah, she said, man, fuck that America shit. I'm about to get down with the team. And then she's full time on Stardom.
That's what, wow. I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Chris Statlander says she might be coming back soon.
Where
but
is she? Oh, she in her country?
No, she's injured. She was injured.
Oh, okay.
So she'll be coming back. I guess they don't see it for Penelope Ford, so they're just gonna have her do the Kip Sabian thing.
I don't get, because if
give her some time to grow.
And yeah, like, you know, you could make the whole like white woman blonde wrestle joke, whatever.
I don't care.
I don't care. Like, she's more interesting to me. Her and Britt Baker are more interesting. Even I know it's not Raquel.
Why'd you say that?
I know it's not Raquel, but like, you know, her valet and shit.
Reba.
Reba, yes. Reba. She's more interesting to me than a lot of the women's roster. And that's an indictment on AEW in the women's division. Like, mid-key. Like, they should have been able to develop all these women and not just put them on shows we're not watching.
And as of right now, they're trying to work with Red Velvet, and I'm just like, well, what about like
Swole? I'm
Big Swole, and I'm not trying to try to pin women against each other, but there's a lot of other women that have, I believe, way more experience than she does, and they rather just let them sit at home and then give her a shot. And I'm just like, why are you trying to build this when you have something that's already halfway built?
Right. Like, why would you, as a female American wrestler, want to sign with AEW? Like, dead serious. Like, why? Unless you had it in your contract that you were getting a world title within the first 6 months of your whatever. Why would you sign with them? Like, I don't know what they have a problem.
I definitely think it is TV experience, and then maybe take that to the E.
Yeah. I mean, but you know what? This was the time to experiment. COVID was the time to experiment and build people up. Like, we didn't need to get a lot of the women's shit that we got in NXT, let alone WWE. Like, that whole Sasha Bailey run, I wouldn't have faulted them for holding that until the crowds came back. I wouldn't have faulted them. Like, yo, that's gold. And I'm not gonna say they gave it away because we all still saw it, but you didn't get the, like, Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Like, that's a moment, bro. Like,
they really, oh man,
we didn't get a chance. We didn't get a chance. Like, these are sacrifices that they're making for us too, giving up their big moments for an empty arena. Like, this year, like, everybody who's become a world champion or any champion, like, they didn't get the crowd. They didn't even get the chance to have a crowd not react. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was going to be the case. So it's you think about that, and just going back to it all, like, how does it feel like the NWA buy-in match for a title that's not even sanctioned really by your company
feel way more? It truly insane, especially when, you know, it doesn't even have that much build either. I think Tony Khan just put a tweet, and I saw way more people excited for that match than Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose.
Right.
And I will say this before we go into the next thing. Anna Jay is the best thing that happened to the women's division during this pandemic era. When she had that match with Shida in QT Marshall's barn, I was just like, she's heat. I think that was like one of the best things one of the best signings they've had this whole year. Honestly,
I'm about to get real irrational right now. Right now, I think that the FTW championship has more weight than the AEW Women's Championship. And it hates me. I'm not even gonna laugh because I'm disgusted that I even think that, yo.
The FTW title gets on the show,
bro, and he don't even defend it.
At least you can see it on a person's waist. But we're gonna go into the next match, which according to Wikipedia, this is Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara in the Ultimate Deletion match. Spare me. This is supposed to be the master of reinvention. This is supposed to be the man that truly comes up with great and brilliant ideas, and we're just going to go back into his compound for 20 minutes and possibly laugh. Please let Sammy Guevara take it. Please, Matt Hardy, just stay home. Stay home.
I do think it's ill, though, that he's had deletion matches across, 3 different brands. That is kind of ill. Like I get what you're saying. That is kind of ill though. That he's took his brand to 3 different things, but it almost feels like this is like a crutch.
It definitely like
delete.
To me, it definitely feels like a crutch. I know he's found all sorts of amazing success in TNA when he did this original deletion thing, but constantly coming back to it, nah. Because like after you do the deletion thing, then what's next? Another one?
Right, and I do think deletion should be like what Hell in a Cell used to be.
Yes.
When it's like a blood feud and there's only one way to solve it, you go to a deletion. You know what I mean? Like Blood and Guts before COVID, Blood and Guts should have been a deletion.
Man, the fact that we never got Blood and Guts kind of bothers me because
they were gonna go full WCW. They were gonna. Everybody was gonna.
Cody was in the match, so they might as well painted the mat red with his blood.
It's like they all just come in the ring and just start blading, and then they're like, "Oh, they're getting it early, JR. There's blood. We haven't even been 1 minute of the damn match."
That's definitely what I would have loved to see. Real shame that we didn't get Blood and Guts. Hopefully, when the pandemic's over, they could re-up on it.
And the chain link fences, like the fence that we got in the hood, that's got to be the not a steel cage. It has to be the chain link fence, bro.
The ghetto joint.
The ghetto joint, yeah. Like somebody try to hop it and put the spikes on the top. Like, come on, man. Like, if y'all gonna bleed, like, do it for the culture, yo. Go with Matt.
I'm with it, but who do you have for this match?
Deletion?
Yeah.
I feel like Sammy should win off the strength that Matt had us all fucking shook, taking that dumbass bump. I feel like Sammy took that bump at the end after Matt found 25% of his brain to be able to climb that scaffolding. And sidebar, wrestlers are some of the strongest people on this earth. Because I would have been like, Tony, I'm out of here. I'm going back to North Carolina. I'll see you in a month. I'm putting myself in protocol. You feel me?
That man said, I'm gonna go home and recover, and then was back the next week and never said what he was recovering from.
Yo, because he forgot. Because he got signed to CTE Records. 360 deal. 360
that man forgot he signed, bro. That man got
he signed.
He got a concert at 10. Yo. He getting a phone call. Hey, yo, where you at?
But yeah, I think Sammy should win it. Like, Sammy needs this win. Sammy needs this win. And just the way I think like Jericho's in the put him over part of his AEW career, I think it will not hurt Matt to lose it. Like, but he has to go up in a blaze of glory. Like, we gotta set the Lake of Reincarnation on fire. There has to be like ghosts, like something like that. Like Vanguard one has to blow up like the Death Star, like some shit. And then you out of here, and then you take a break.
Hey man, Sammy Guevara got to send a Predator missile. Like, he got a 3-kill streak, bro.
Yeah, exactly. He has to get the care package.
So, it definitely should be Sammy Guevara. And now we're going to go into Jon Moxley versus Eddie Kingston.
Yes, sir.
And an I Quit match. This match about to go dumb long.
Yeah.
That's for a fact. Yeah. It might get real bloody, violent. Everything that speaks to my soul. Right. But I'm going to go with Jon Moxley on this one. I don't know what it is, but Jon Moxley has just been gaining a lot of favor out of me during these like past 3 weeks. No, I don't know what changed because he didn't.
Yeah, exactly. I this match is vibes for me. This match is just the vibes. Like, I'm not here for the wrestling. I'm not here for the
violence,
technical loss. I'm just here for the vibes and the violence, yo. I just like them because they've both been, their mic work has been like Eddie Kingston wins the world title. I don't know what I would say. I don't know what I'd just be like, wow.
We about to get a God body promo on Wednesday.
Yeah. He might bring out the mortgage payment to his house. He might bring out like mad shit, like, or whatever. But the reason why I think Jon Moxley should win while making Kingston look really good. That's gonna be the next level for me. Like, Mox, make Kingston look like he could beat anyone on the planet, and then beat him, right? but because I think cleaner Kenny Omega needs to win that title from Moxley. No one else. Cleaner Kenny Omega needs to be the next world champion and needs to beat Moxley for it. That's just me. Like, that to me is the next progression, because they broke the cleaner out. You don't break the. To me, they were holding until they were ready. Make it.
break the glass in case of emergency.
Right,
There's just a broom in there.
Like, okay, he's gonna try this new tweener. I'm the EVP, whatever the executive position they all have, and we're gonna rock like that. But nah, you got custom intros. You got the sweepers. Like, bro, no, I'm here. I'm back. Like, I'm Tokyo Dome invested now. I want my Kenny Omega back. So you want to bring that Kenny Omega back or have him hit a new level? He needs to beat Moxley. He needs to beat Moxley for the world title and then go on that run. To me, that's when AEW becomes what everybody wanted AEW to become.
Yeah, and it took a year to get here, which is whatever. It could have been longer.
It needed to. Like, that's why I said I don't slander them for making Mox and Jericho the first two champions. I don't slander them for Cody and Brody Lee being the champ. Like, that's best for business.
I'm slandering.
Brody Lee won only because he won it back 2 weeks later.
I'm slandering the Cody winning it again. I'll say that.
The winning it right back, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is making those guys the champ. It's a business decision, but I feel like everybody just needs to keep the same energy about business decisions that are made, because it's definitely. Like, because a Vanguard, we're breaking the mold. We're not like everybody else. Hangman would have won the belt. Hangman would have won the world title, and
crickets
and Darby Allin or MJF would have won the TNT championship. Actually,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if they were really on something like that, but they knew they couldn't do that out the gate. Like, you couldn't. If Jericho doesn't win that world title and take that to Japan, it's over.
It could not be Hangman at that time, because at that time he is not the Hangman Page that everybody loves now.
Right.
I definitely think that they wanted to like shoot him to the moon, but he was somebody that they really needed to help develop, and they've been doing an amazing job for that.
Right.
Just throughout AEW's like run, and I definitely think that the project was in motion, and they hit the first milestone with Hangman and Kenny versus the Bucks, because man, they were fucking in it for Hangman Page.
Yeah. I just say this. I'd love eventually we find something else to call him but Hangman. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, if it's still it's towing the line. It's towing the line.
I'm fucking.
You look away. You look away. You look at the other way.
No,
you look at the other way.
all right. So here we go. We doing predictions, but I just want to get this off real quick.
Yeah.
So Hangman Page, back in like when he was in ROH, was shaky for me. When he used to walk around with the noose, very shaky. When he had the shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees with Chase Owens that says "The Good Old Boys," shaky to me. I definitely think he has shed off a lot of that. Ooh, you might be something I don't like mold. The more like, as he's progressed in his wrestling career, like none of his shirts have nooses on it. Right. None of like the imagery, the shaky imagery isn't there with it to like follow the name. So I'm okay with Hangman now. Right. But if you would have asked me a year ago, I'd have been like,
yeah, it was spooky,
bro. I think he might call me a couple names, man.
He's an ally too, low key. I peeped the donations.
You peeped the donations, but I wasn't seeing
Ally Man Page. He might be Ally Man Page.
I wasn't seeing them donations when he was walking around with the noose.
I know. So he's reformed. He's reformed. We brought Hangman home, but we brought RKO home. We got the Apex Ally, and we got Hangman, bro. Like, we brought them home.
And when he was fucking around with Private Party for no reason, I was like, "Hey man, what happened, bro?" I thought we was homies.
Yo, word. I was like, yo, Hangman, you still got some what is it, unlearning to do? You still got some unlearning to do. He's like, yo, I'm a work in progress, brothers. I'm a work in progress. But yeah, I do think Mox is gonna win. I predict him he's gonna win.
Yeah, and we talked about it in length already, but Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega.
It gotta be Kenny. It gotta be Kenny, right? Or maybe not. But I don't know.
I don't
stand. So I'm gonna keep it real. I'm standing right now, but I just feel like what all right. So if Kenny loses, what is it that he's gonna snap and become full cleaner and just go run roughshod over AEW or what?
You keep saying shit that sounds good. So like all my predictions just be like, huh? Because when I came in here today, I was just like, I want Hangman Page to win. But when you said that he needs to beat Moxley and AEW could be what it truly needs to be, that spoke something to me. And what you just said right now, where he like finally like goes full like cleaner, and he's just like, fuck the elite, and he just like really does his thing and truly gets into his old New Japan bag. Shit, man.
and the beauty of it is he could get there both ways.
Mm-hmm.
He can get there both ways.
Both routes. So it's kind of a toss up.
So I'll say this: the next AEW World Champion is one of them.
Yes,
it's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Absolutely. So Hangman Page said something interesting in the segment that it kind of glossed over. It was just like, if I was, projected to like truly win that AEW title, I told everybody I was going to do it and nobody believed me, and they were right.
Mm-hmm.
If I fuck up this time, I'm just some drunk.
Yep.
That is like some samurai that's about to do his last showdown type shit.
Right.
Like he's ready to leave it all on the line. If I truly see glimpses of the cleaner in his match against Hangman Page, I'm leaning towards Kenny winning. Because when Kenny is in that bag, he is truly the best pro wrestler in the world.
Right.
But if I'm not seeing that, I'm on Hangman Page's side, because I think when Kenny Omega is not the cleaner, Hangman Page is the better wrestler. So I know this is like supposed to be predictions, but I'm gonna go both.
This is like if this was betting, this would be a pick'em. Like now you talked me into a pick'em. You talk like now I don't know, but I would just say whoever it is. I picked in our BR rankings. I picked Kenny to win. All I'm saying is that if Hangman beats Kenny Omega and he don't beat Moxley, then what are we doing?
Yo,
what are we doing? That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna boycott AEW if that happens. I know I say that a lot, and I'm just joking, but like, if either of these two men don't beat Jon Moxley, what are we doing?
I could see Omega losing and then beating him again, like one of them shits. Like when you come back and you're like, I demand another match, blah, blah, blah. And then he beats him again. Or maybe like they do it old school where Moxley beats him at whatever the pay-per-view is and then comes back Wednesday and he talks Moxley into a match, and then they have a title change on AEW, on Dynamite.
It has to be on a pay-per-view.
It has to be on a big stage, right? Like people
unless they want to like pop ratings and give Kenny the Omega the win on TV, but like
right. But what is that in 2020?
Yeah, I'm
not gonna get in that bag. I'm not gonna get in that bag. Nope. I'm just saying. Yeah, but you feel what I'm saying though, right? Like whoever wins should be like Mox has done his job. Mox has done his job as the world champion. He's done his job. It's just hell. He got number one in PWI. That man don't gotta say. And low key, he's a deadbeat dad to that that IWGP US heavyweight title. He definitely went out for milk and did not come back. So at some point, he gotta go in and Kenta about to lose his shit. Waiting for this title shot. He gotta go there and probably go and drop the title. He's he holds two belts in two different companies.
And you haven't even seen the other one. They said don't put that on the show, bro.
He probably even lost that shit, man.
They said if New Japan not going to work with us outside of Tanahashi being like, happy birthday, Jericho, I don't want that belt on my show.
No wins whatsoever, which is nuts. How they have the freaking CMLL heavyweight title on their show and not the U.S. heavyweight for New Japan.
They said, "Hey, they willing to collab, get down to lay down." New Japan said, "Nigga, what? All right, fuck your TV, bro.
He made that shit for the U.S. We don't need that shit. We don't even recognize that shit.
Like, we're not going back out there." Right. But we're gonna go into the main event. We're not even done with the card, but this is the last match. FTR versus the Young Bucks, and if the Young Bucks loses, they will never challenge for the tag team champions again. Tag team championships again. No, this is not the main event.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
we just kind of just like skipped over because we talked about Hangman Page and Kenny.
Right.
But that is the stipulation, and Tully Blanchard is banned from ringside, and a report came out earlier today that Mac Jackson will be working that match hurt.
Oh, God.
And I think this might be a true hurt, but they're going to work where it's just they're going to get their rematch later next year and be like, I'm 100% now. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, yawn.
Yeah, I was more hyped for this match when they were in different companies.
When it was hypotheticals.
When it was hypotheticals, I was way more hyped. Like I'm just not as hyped as I used to be. And then when we're getting a hurt angle, I'm like, yo, come on, man. I don't know, but when I first heard the stipulation, I was like, well, then the Young Bucks have to win, right? Like they have to win. Because if they're not gonna contend for the tag titles, what are they gonna do? Is just super kick people every week and go home? Like
now. Then we look on the other side of that is it's like, okay, so FTR loses to the Bucks and then they're back into the mid card. Are they going to start doing the subtweeting? Are they going to start doing running shots? Are they going to start sitting at home and shit like that? So like, what's the vibe?
I said I think the Young Bucks have to win it because what else are they going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like what else are they going to do? But then it's like, with every other stipulation ever in the history of wrestling, there's a way to get around that shit. Like Cody's going to get a world title shot at some point, maybe wrestle Jericho to lift it or something, like some dumb shit like that. But okay, if they lose, they're never going to contend again. So what do? They go off TV for a while and then come back and
just fuck around.
You know what they could do? It'll just be the stroke clause. They got the stroke, so they could they're EV. Like all of them could just be like, "Yo, I'm an EVP in this company. I'm wrestling for the title. I don't give a fuck what I said." Or just say we never put it in the contract. We just said it. Matt was emotional. We didn't mean that. Rappers
if
will
it's
cry
like
all the
time. That would truly be scummy. I'm not even gonna lie. But if they do pull something like that, it's just like mostly when I do AEW predictions, it's truly just like, what are they gonna do after? And it's truly never clear,
right?
Especially when it's like these two top tier talent. So I don't know. I don't see the Bucks winning, but the fact that they added the stupid stipulation really hurts it. And I think they'll win it and possibly have to vacate. And then they do another fatal four-way for the championship or a ladder match or something. And whatever, I'm okay with that. As long as like possibly like Private Party like wins it or something, or like some other team like Revival is in that ladder match to get the vacated title, but they don't win.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes, but I'm gonna go with the Bucks here.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with them too, because if they don't win, then once again, I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the AEW card. Full gear. I don't know if we clubhoused for it or not.
I know Justin said he's gonna have to wash the dishes. He can't make it, but I might be down. I might be down for it. I might be down for it if I'm watching it in real time.
Yeah. Well, Wale wanted to talk about AEW so damn much during Hell in a Cell, but I bet he won't set up the damn room. But that's it for us. Is there anything you need to plug?
No, man, y'all, if you black, be safe over the next few days. If you're black and listening in the US, be safe. They are truly wilding out here. Protect your peace, protect your energy. We gonna get through this. We gonna get through this for the week. And yeah, man, like, yo, follow all the people, all the dope black creatives that are talking about wrestling. Like, follow them. Like, I know that there's a lot of bullshit on wrestling and in the wrestling internet and the quote unquote dirt sheets. And I feel like regardless of opinions and shit like that, everybody, all the black people who are heavily involved, like all y'all on RNC and everybody doing that and everybody doing their own thing, like, you get the real and you get it from us, right? You get it from our people. So I would say, you could check me out. I'm at Jeff J Says on all social, but definitely invest in these guys and support their platforms. Well
said. Still wear a mask. I can't tell y'all to go vote no more. I'm really glad we're not getting the "Did you vote?" text from random numbers. Like Jeff J said, follow us on everything. The A Show RNC Radio Live. You can follow me at H_visibility. It's the same thing on Instagram. We have the A Show, the Rewriters Room coming back fairly soon. And Spot Callers, we're gonna go back to the Impact Zone. That's gonna be hell, but we have a pay-per-view in mind. It's about to get bloody, kind of bloody with a smell of Percocet in the air.
Oh man, Perk Angle is making an appearance.
Hold on, let me play with this gold medal real quick. I don't know, man. But the Impact Zone, we're gonna have a fun time on there. But
oh man,
till next week, everybody. We'll get our full gear, I guess, opinions and thoughts next week. Have a nice day.